Oh boy, another beautiful morning. We're sitting at 34 degrees here in the greenhouse. Plants are doing good. We've been taking a lot of nutrients lately. Past 2 days they've been drinking about 10 liters per day, both the peppers and also the tomatoes. That's about 20 liters per day are coming in here and going into the plants. Come out from behind there. Let's have a closer look at things. Alright, so we've been picking a scattered tomato as they're ripening. See a few ripe ones in through there. Lots and lots of tomatoes here. They are a smaller variety than I thought I had planted, but they're good nonetheless. And our plants are getting quite tall now. I'll soon have to drop them down again. That'll be a job for sometime this week. And the peppers, just look at the size of some of these guys here now. Look. I had to clean up some of the leaves because I was finding that I wasn't getting enough sun on the peppers themselves. Look at a cluster back here. So, got one over here that's a nice big one, look. I'm just waiting to see now, that one there, anytime at all. In fact, I'm going to take off this leaf right here. And this one. I find that when they get warmer, the sun gets on them, that's when they tend to start to change color. So some of these will start to change over the next while. Get these down here. There's a lot of peppers in through here. I had to put some trellises on these a couple days ago as well. They're getting heavy and starting to tip over. Alright, I'm going to take a little run out in the yard and have a look at the garden. I'm taking a Q-tip with me because I know that we have some zucchinis that need pollinating today. See you over there. Okay, so what do we have here? We have, let's get you guys over right here. Alright, so we got a male down here, a female down here. This one is a female. A female over here, and this one is a male. So we're going to use this one to pollinate the others. So I'm just going to take my Q-tip right down inside here. I'm just going to rub it around a little bit. Collect up some of that pollen. And over here in the female, we're just going to drop that off. Just like that. Let's collect up another little bit of pollen for this guy here. This one. Okay. Once they're pollinated, there's much better chance they're going to continue to grow. This one not hardly open. We'll see about pollinating that one later on today. You can see down here, there's a number of them growing. This one over here, we're losing that one. It did not get properly pollinated. And we have a couple right down in the bottom here that did not get pollinated. And you see another one over right here. This is what happens to them when they're not pollinated. They usually just turn yellow and die off. So we do have a lot of other females in here that are growing. 1, 2, 3. That one back there, unless nature pollinated it, we'll probably lose that one. So our onions are still doing really well. They're starting to bulb up a little bit on the bottom. I've been so busy lately, I keep saying that I'm going to get a bit of manure to put on these, but I just haven't had a chance to do it. over to the potatoes. Well, let's just take a little look down below here and see how they're doing. They're doing quite well. So they've been healed up now, and they have lots of soil there to grow in. Look at the other bed here. These here were healed up about a week before the other ones that you just saw. The plants are a bigger, larger variety, I believe. They are much taller plants. Really, really doing well. Very pleased with them. Though I seem to keep having the urge to water these when we get these hot days, that's the last thing I want to do right now, because that will cause them to burn up real quick. Let's have a look at the peas. Now they're shooting up pretty good. Lots of tendrils on them, looking for things to grab onto. I was sizing these up, and I was saying that I had to build a trellis for them, but I don't know if I do or not, because these are a short variety, but also they have so many tendrils. I'm half wondering and hoping that they'll be able to support themselves. So we're going to watch those for another bit and see how they do. Now here's our first carrots. We put these in the ground a couple weeks before the other ones, and they're all up now 6-8 inches tall, doing really well. We have a weed there. It may want to be there, but it's not going to be there. So we're going to pull that one out and let it dry up there for now. And we have another one right here. The last carrots that we did are these over here. And they all have the true leaves now, but they're much smaller than the ones we just saw. Strangely, my carrots aren't as thick this year as I had hoped for them to be, or as they have been in the past. So I'm going to have to start getting rid of my netting. Trying to protect them as long as possible from the birds, but okay, it's getting hot out here. I'm going to have to go back over to the greenhouse and check on things a little bit closer before we finish up. Oh, alrighty. It's up another degree or two. 36 Celsius. Now, many of these here, I don't really have to do a lot with them right now. Earlier the week, I had to come out and do a little bit of trellising. But as I mentioned before, this is more of a maintenance mode that we're in right now. Everything is just doing well and growing, and so we're just watching things, keeping an eye on things. Big thing for me right now is ensuring that we always have enough nutrient. We're going through nutrients really fast. Every time I get at the nutrients, I'm mixing 2 buckets for the tomatoes, 2 more buckets for the peppers, and then I've got a few scattered plants in the house that I'm also looking after with that. But I think everything is doing good for now, and we're going to leave it there. Another few days, there'll be more tomatoes ready to pick. We'll do some more cleanup and dropping these down another bit over the next couple weeks. I've got 2 lines on every one of them here now, just to make sure that if we don't break things if one line breaks. that's good for now. We're going to get out of this hot greenhouse and head back inside to the air conditioning. So we'll see you later, right here in the greenhouse.